Mic check, mic check, mic check. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound of my voice. We'll get started here in 1 minute. Just checking my audio and everything. If you're on the live stream, drop a comment in the chat just to let me know that you're there and that you can hear me on the mic and that everything is working fine. All right, beautiful people. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, guys, so this is just a weekly thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through and review my trades from last week and just talk about how I did for the week when it comes to my trade setups, and also share the experience with you guys, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes or learn from my successes. But again, I need some interaction from you guys. If you could drop comments in the chat to let me know that you guys are getting this information. All right, I'm testing out this live streaming format using OBS, which you have a lot of settings and everything. But anyway, let's get into the good stuff, right? So had a pretty good week of trading last week. Let me look at my results and see what we hit for the week. Alrighty, so looks like on my 4.34% for the week. Alrighty, so when you guys are gonna see my setups, you're probably gonna be like, man, he only made 4.5% on this trades that he took, because I got several trades for 100 plus pips. Alrighty, but I'm very conservative with my risk management. Okay, everybody in this space is different. I'm on the conservative side. I understand it's a long-term game, not a short-term, so I'm not trying to YOLO it, because let's be honest, nobody's 100% on their execution when it comes to trade setups and hitting profits, right? Sometimes you're going to get stop loss hit, and sometimes you're going to lose trades, right? Or it's going to go back to break even or whatever, right? So for me, small risk, high reward, as you're going to see in my setups. All right, so this is Euro USD, and just so you guys know, man, I was on here, on TradingView trying to turn off my period separators, and it used to be under appearance right up in this area where the crosshair is. As you can see, it's no longer there. So just so you guys know, they did an update to TradingView, so now you have to go under events to find the session breaks right there if you want to turn off your session breaks. So just a little tip there on TradingView. Alrighty, cool. So let's get into it. I generally like to start on the day chart with my analysis. This is an old setup for Euro USD from one of my past videos, but let's go in here and look at my green boxes. Well, no, let's look at the ones that didn't work out first, and then we'll go to the other ones that worked out. Okay, again, guys, drop a comment in the chat, let me know that you can hear me, so that way I can make sure everything is still good with my audio levels, make sure that the music's not too loud and you can't hear the sound of my voice. But here you go, NZD CAD. This is one of the trades that did not work out, and like I said, that's gonna happen. Guess what, we're not losing no sleep, right? Again, generally, I like to start on the day chart to get a overall bias as far as the market trend. Is the market trending, bullish or bearish? All right, so I'm gonna go to the 4 hour for this one though. So on the 4 hour, we had the situation where price had made this situation right here where it made this low, aka support, whatever you. Let me zoom in a little bit. I keep forgetting everybody's not on a television like I am watching this, so let me zoom in so we can see it. So again, price was breaking this low, giving me a sign that it could be one to go bearish at this point in time, right? And even if you want to look at it, you can look at this little minor pullback on a lower time frame. That is a significant low. So you would have this peak high made here, this low, this lower high, and then this lower low. But look at the candles that came out of that area. All right, those are momentum candles. See how big those candles are. This one candle here erased 1, 2, 3, 4 4-hour candles. So that's almost 12 hours of price movement where the price just stayed in that area, then all of a sudden it just busts out. And then not to mention this particular candle, the next 4-hour candle, took out all the remaining price movement, right? So to me, that was a sign that we got some bears coming into the market, right? And so, as I said in my prior videos, you guys go and watch it. I look for these structure points based off of a 3-box method by Mint FX. But this is the story, aka the trend, aka the bearish move. And then within that move, you want to look for where did that particular move originate, right? So if you look on the screen, we have this last bullish push before all of this bearish energy came in, right? So I want to focus my analysis in that area, right? So when price comes back to the area, I want to see these same bears take over and push the market lower. And so generally I find a 4-hour, what they call an order block or whatever you want to call it, banker's candle, whatever, all these different names out there for it. So when price comes back to it, as you can see, this happened last week, right? Friday of last week, all this came in, and then the new week opened up and we had price coming back, all right, up to this level. All right, and as you can see, somewhere around Wednesday, it finally reached that level. Now, once it reaches within this zone, I'm dropping down to a lower time frame, 1 hour, 15, depending on the situation. Generally, I like to go down to the 15-minute, and I'm waiting for price to get into that area, start to show me that it may want to start going bearish. So right here, you have this strong up move that taps into the area, and then it pulls back a little bit, right? But I'm not getting in right there just off of that one little move, because again, that may not be the end of the bullish push, especially after all this momentum came in, right? So now at this point, I'm looking for price to start to do bearish tendencies, right? I needed to start breaking prior lows. So this low was made, it made a higher high. So before I sell, I should have waited till this low got broken, right? But no, not me. Price came up here again and it pulled back and it started to consolidate. So I said, okay, let me take a shot. Maybe this is the situation where price is going to hold this level and then fall from there. As you guys can see, that didn't work out. So that was my first L of the week right there. As you can see, price kind of hung out around here for several hours, dropped a little bit, gave me some hope, and then took off the other way. But did I give up on the setup? No. We move on with our life. Again, we be patient and we wait. And so in this particular example, price started to consolidate at the top of this zone, right? Respecting it, hitting his head, and then it fell off, breaking this low right here, right? So that was my first sign, like, okay, maybe it's ready to start going bearish, so let me get my guns ready. So set me alert around this area, had my short position tool set up so I can know what amount of pips I'm risking versus my reward, so that way I can figure out my stop loss, my lot size for my order, so I can make sure I manage my risk and do what's within my risk profile. And cool. So price came back up to this level. I set my alert. My alert goes off. It lets me know that price is there. So I set the trade. You guys can look at it. This trade happened around 7 in the morning, right? That particular morning, I was up at 4:30 on a call with my team doing some trading, right? So I set my trade when it hit this level and I went to sleep. I took a nap because I'm up from about 4:30 till about 6:30ish, depending on the time of the day. And then I'll take a little nap between 6:30 to about 8:30, 9 a.m. Then I'm up for my day, right? So anyway, set my trade, go to bed. As you can see, it wigged me out. My stop loss was just a little too tight. All right, looking at the setup, I think I had about a 19 pip stop loss. Generally, I like to have a minimum of a 25 pip stop loss just because I don't want things like this to happen. But because I took this loss, I think I was really just, you know, being emotional about it. So I gave it a tighter stop loss because I'm thinking, oh, well, it got this double top here. It's probably going to respect that level. Let me put it just above that double top. Yeah, and of course it didn't. It took me out. But anyway, so I missed that trade, but that was a great setup. As you guys can see, the price definitely fell from that level. Now, had I been awake, I could have still played that off after it wigged me out, and then this strong bearish engulfing came in right here after that. After it took out my stop loss, that hit, price comes back to this particular area. Remember how I said on the 4 hour, I have to look for that last up move before the strong bearish move comes in, aka the order block or whatever, banker's candle, whatever, right? I could have got in right here on this 8:30 a.m. candle right here with a stop loss just above this wick, this FU wick, and then I would have been good to go for this long and beautiful setup, right? But took 2 L's on that. Again, my count is not devastated because I don't risk 20%, 5%, 7%. per setup. Very conservative. For those who are inquiring and want to know, I do about 0.5% to 1/4%. Sometimes when I'm feeling froggy, I do 1% of risk per trade, but I generally don't go over 1% per trade setup. All right, so that's the first L. That was NZD CAD. Now USD JPY was another one. Was setting up beautiful. Again, same boring setup, guys. You got the situation where price right here is showing bullish momentum on the higher time frame, aka today. See this particular high that was created before this pullback was broken by this big impulsive move. All right, so price is telling me that it wants to go bullish. Even though all this bearish energy right here was coming in, I'm still looking bullish. And a matter of fact, when I set up this particular trade idea, price had already bounced right here, respecting this prior last down close before the up move in this example, because the last setup in NZD CAD was a short opportunity. This one was a long opportunity on USD JPY. As you can see, this particular area, if I would have drawn it up, you can see that that last down close candle before that big move came in was respected. So could have got me some positions in here on a lower time frame and some positions in here on a lower time frame, which is what I was attempting to do when I marked up this setup. So let's go and zoom in on the lower time frame, like the 1 hour. And as you guys can see, price came down into this level. Originally I wanted to see if it was, let me go down one more 15 minutes. Here we go. So as you guys can see, I marked up this particular level right here, which is this last little down move before this impulse came in out of my zone. So I'm thinking, oh, this is the bullish move. When it comes back, it's going to respect it and keep going. Well, this is why I set alerts and I wait. I set an alert, price came down to the level. It didn't come out of that, didn't show any bullish tendencies, didn't give me a bullish engulfing or anything. It came in here and tore through that level. So guess what I did? I wait. I sat and I wait. Oh well. All right, as you can see, this was around 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock when it hit that level, right around the time I'm up trading. So don't worry about it, right? I just went on with my day and I set me an alert for I wanted to see when price comes back up out of this level, because see this long bearish candle here. When price broke above that, I want to know, so I set an alert. So when price came up out of that level, I'm saying, okay, well, maybe it'll come back down to this level and tap me in, and then I can get a setup. But as we can see, price never came into that level, and it took me, you know, it went on without me because I was doing other trades, which you're gonna see. I had some other winning trades, but as you can see, this trade played out very well. You know, looking at that, that's over. Oops. Again, guys, while we live, drop a comment in the chat. Let me know you hear me. And if you have any questions, go ahead and get those dropped in the chat. I'll be asking those once I get done with this analysis. But anyway, this is a 142 pip move, y'all. Beautiful. In this example, that would have been a 20 pip stop loss. But again, it never came back and tapped me in, so I didn't get a chance to take advantage of that. So, hey, no problems. We're not going to cry over spilled milk. It is what it is, right? So, on to the ones where we did have some fun. So, let's talk about gold, because I like that gold setup, right? Actually, it's on this chart right here. So this is the gold setup, man. Right now, you guys can see that if you follow my prior analysis and how I say I look at the market on the day chart, you'll see that gold previously broke a prior high right here. So I should be looking for bullish setups, right? Which I still am, but here's a little kicker, right? A lot of times after a high is broken, a prior high, so a higher high is made, prices at a premium, guess what's going to happen? The shorts are going to start coming in, and down time out of 10, that's when you're going to get these pullbacks in the market, right? AKA retracements. So in that particular example, this day candle came in showing this bearish energy coming in after this prior high was broken. And so again, just flip-flopping my analysis, all right? Last up close candle before a lot of momentum comes in the opposite direction. When price returns to that level, I probably want to pay attention, because again, all this bearish energy came in, didn't just come from anywhere. A lot of times you're going to see those areas respected, especially after certain things happen, like a higher high being made or a lower low in the opposite example. So go down to the 4 hour, and I believe that's where nope, it's the 1 hour actually. So if I go down one more level to the 1 hour, you'll see this particular candle right here. Let me zoom in so y'all can see it on the smaller devices. Is the one I was focusing on, right? Again, a last up close candle before all this bearish energy came in. You see this big old bearish candle came in and price took off, right? So when price comes back to that area where this particular strong move, as you see, originated, I want to pay attention. So I marked up that level, set my alerts, and when price got back to that level, guess what I was doing? Going down to the lower time frame, 5 minutes sometimes I even go down to the 1, whatever the case may be, right? But in this example, price came up to this level, as you guys can see, is around 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. Hit this level, gave a doji, and started to show that it was trying to respect that level, so I went ahead and got in for a short opportunity. And actually, matter of fact, it was some news on Wednesday. The news caused this wick, or this long move right here, to come from way down here to hit my level. News caused that on Wednesday. So a lot of time with news, you'll have these crazy moves going up, and then you'll see price start to retrace and erase all of that original momentum that came in when that news hit. But that's not why I got in. I got in because, again, price was in this level. Even though the news took it to that level, price stopped in this level, and it started to have some trouble breaking out of that level. It started showing me some bearish energy from that level. So guess what? I took me what I consider to be a nice risk to reward trade, because as you can see to the left, this is a 38 pip stop loss on gold, and the TP was ridiculous because, again, I'm expecting price to come way down and take out that prior level that the original move made. So I wanted to at least match that energy, quote unquote, right? So as you guys can see throughout the week, this particular trade played out wonderful. Now, I didn't catch all of this because I got out because the market started to show these bullish intentions right here when it started to make these higher highs and higher lows. So I got out. All right. And I secured partials along the way, which is another thing that I do when I'm managing my trades, right? But as you guys can see, this gold trade was a beautiful setup based off of the same boring strategy, y'all. All right. So nothing special. Again, drop your comments and questions, guys. I don't see anything in the chat just yet, but if you're watching the recording, you can still drop your comments and your questions, and I'll answer those as well too. So next one, let's go here, was RDJPY. Now, so on RDJPY, again, something very similar. I got this particular higher time frame level. Again, y'all, hope I sound like a broken record, right? But you got this particular move where price went from this high right here, dropped all the way down to this low, breaking this prior low, this prior low, this prior low, this prior low. That's telling me that the market is wanting to go bearish. So once again, waiting for price to come back up to these levels, and then I'm looking to take shorts in those areas, right? The main zone is this big red box right here. This is what I call a refinement or a lower time frame refinement of the same zone. But ultimately, I want this zone to be respected. All right, so let's go down to the 4 hour. Again, same old boring process. Set my alerts just outside the area, so when it gets close to that area, I can see what price is doing in that area, then make a decision if I want to go ahead and take a short in that area in this example, right? As you can see, if I zoom in on this side, this is my refinement. You got this last up close candle. Let me zoom in a little bit more. My bad, y'all. This last up candle right here before all this bearish momentum came in, and I'm waiting for price to get back to it. So when price gets back to it, my alert goes off, it comes up, and actually I got in on a trade over here. I took an L over here too, now that I remember it. Where's it at? Nope, where's it at? Short. Oh, I deleted it. But long story short, when price came up in here, I got in on this particular trade and put my stop up here, and it wicked above it, as you can see. But again, no worries. Price fell off, creating a new low, right? Breaking this prior short-term low right here. Low, high, and we got a new low created down here. So when price came back to this area, again, I'm waiting for it this time, right? I'm being patient. All right, so this is the 4 hour. So if I go down to a smaller time frame like the 1 hour, we can see that I put on here that it was a 4 hour swing high, which is what I was looking at. Like, okay, price made this swing high and then it fell off. So at that point, I'm just waiting for price to come back up into this area. Again, looking at this last up close candle before my bearish momentum came in. And so going down to a smaller time frame, refine it. You just wait for the price to start showing bearish tendencies on this lower time frame. As we can see, my 4-hour swing high was here. Price started to make lower lows. Okay, so now when it comes back up to here, I'm okay with taking the trade. I want my stop loss just above that swing high, because if this particular structure holds up, that high should be protected and not be violated or be touched, right? Because the people who put in the orders to take this market down don't want it to go back up that high, because then they would be, you know, losing money or negative on their positions. And yeah, so long story short, price came up to here, got in for a short, had a 30 pip stop loss in this example. And as you guys can see, price at the end of the week closed at about, let me measure it, this entry's right here, somewhere around 145 pips. Now this one I did hold till about 2 or 3 on Friday, just before the market closed out. And so yeah, long story short, that one played out well. Now initially I wanted to hold it all the way down to this level down here, but I don't like holding trades over the weekends, especially on the prop firm accounts, because you never know what could happen. Any type of crazy news over the weekend, or somebody starts a war or something, and then all of a sudden you got this big old gap in the market, and all your profits are snatched, or you violate a rule. So took my money, had a very good risk to reward. Again, that was a 30 pip stop loss over 100 and something pips. As you guys can see, very good risk to reward. But again, I'm very conservative in my risk, so it didn't, you know, equal me making 12% that week, right? All right, so but I'm okay with that, because again, I understand that these setups that I'm showing you guys happen every week. So guess what? If I make 4% this week and make another 4% next week, that's a good week. That's a good month. Just with that one 4% week. If I don't trade no more the rest of the month, that's a good month. I know these people online, you know, want you to think that you got to get 12, 13% a week or whatever, but you don't, especially if you got a large trading account. But on to the next one, EuroCAD, another one, beautiful setup. Now this one didn't go crazy, but I did get some positive pips out of it. So again, same boring story, y'all. Day chart. As you guys can see, I actually had a setup back here for EuroCAD, which I reviewed in my last video. But anyway, this is the new setup. We got this low, short-term low here, or higher low from this area, right? This low create this new high that broke this level of structure. So guess what? When price returns down here to this last down close candle, guess what I want to do? I want to pay attention, and I want to look to trade that area to get in for the opportunities to buy, right? In this example. So again, that's my weekly analysis, and so I'm setting alerts. I'm just waiting for price to come down here. Now, all this had already happened when I looked at the market. It's just a matter of, okay, this is like a prime opportunity. Price is getting close to here, and look at all this bearish momentum on the day chart, y'all. No one in their right mind is looking to buy from right here. Most people probably looking for shorts, because look, it's been short for 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight, but not high. I see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the price wants to go higher. We have bullish tendencies. Now, until this low gets broken and price makes a lower low, until then, I'm not looking for any shorts. But anyway, that's the overall momentum I'm looking at, right? So again, going down to my lower time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, we're looking at the structure. So what happened was, I set my alert, price got down here. I'm waiting for price to start showing me some bullish tendencies on the market, right? First time it happened was right here. Price made this new low, wick down here, and then price came back immediately after and broke this prior high on this lower time frame. So to me, that's my first sign that we could be going bullish. All right, now I'm waiting for a retracement, so I'm setting my trade down here. Reason why I set my trade way down here for my entry was because of this wick. You see how this long wick went down here? So if I go down to a lower time frame, like a 5 minute, you guys will see that there's quote unquote structure down there where I would possibly be looking to enter. So if I mark this candle up, this last down close before that particular move right there happened, and I extend this to the right, let me come back over here, look at that. Price came down to that level, tapped into it, and took off. But again, I had my setup from that higher time frame on the 15, I believe it was. Let's go back. All right, so let me zoom in. Same old boring story, y'all. Stop loss set right here. I got it under my zone because again, I want that zone to be protected. Plus this wick out, you don't know how far it's going to go down and tap into that. As you can see, it got pretty close to that level. But long story short, I got into 2 setups in case you guys don't know. If you see right here, I got in this particular setup right here at this level, which is the first setup right here where price started to bounce around right here. Then I got in again when it dipped a little bit deeper because again, I'm liking the zone. I'm thinking, okay, I got a 1/4% on risk right here. Let me put in another 1/4% of risk down here at this better level because it pulled back a little bit. So I was in a little bit of drawdown on my original setup. Again, stop loss. In this example, I put my 30 pips for the stop loss for both of them. So anyway, I know it's getting boring and redundant, but as you guys can see, we got a nice push up out of that area, and toward the end of the week, it started to pull back and then consolidate, which the market likes to do at the end of the week a lot of times. Again, I was planning on holding that one for the long term to get back up to this prior high because if it continues to go bullish, I got in at a very great price, right? Buy low, sell high. All right. So long story short, price came up, gave me about, I think it was 40, 50 pips. Oh no, 80 pips. Then it pulled back, and when it closed around 50 pips. So I ended up closing that one out, taking my profits. Again, 30 pip stop loss, about 55 to 60 pips worth of profit. Decent risk to reward for me on 2 different positions. And so therefore, again, I don't like to hold over the week because maybe it gaps down and close below this and then shoots back up, aka taking all my profits and then going where I intended it to go. So all I'm gonna do is next week is I'm gonna wait for what? Price to do what I just said it's been doing, right? You got this prior high right here that was broken by this structure. Price is pulling back. It may even come all the way back down to this particular last. Let me zoom in for my people on those smartphones, right? Price may decide to come down here next week and retest this prior down close counter before this big up move happened that I got in on, right? So price could come back down to here, and guess what I plan on doing? I plan on watching it. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and set my alert so that way if price comes to that level, I'll know. Boom. So anyway, took that trade, good to go. All right, US 30 I'm not gonna go over, man. US 30 was a trade that the trading team got on based off of some analysis that our team does on our calls that we do in the early mornings. So I'm not gonna go over that one. But hey guys, there you go, man. That's the week of trading for me. That's how I look for setups every day. It's boring, but that's trading, man. At least for me, right? I'm just looking for the same consistent pattern on charts and waiting for the price to get to where I need to get, and then I take a trade setup. You know, it may be 2-3 days where I don't get any setups, and then all of a sudden 3-4 trades pop off at the same time, and then all of a sudden I'm having a good week. And that's kind of what happened last week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm just sitting around waiting, watching things, you know, chomping at the bits, expecting a setup to happen, but it doesn't. But I'm okay with that because I've learned to be patient, because I understand that I don't want to jump the gun or rush anything. So I want to wait for price to get to the levels that I like and that fits my trading plan, and then take my trades based off of my entry criteria, right? There's nothing more to it than that, y'all. So but yeah, we've been going for 30 minutes, man. I don't know if we got any questions, so I'm gonna hang around for a little while, see if we get any questions. But if not, you guys have a great day. I'm gonna give it about 3-4 minutes, see if I got any questions gonna pop up in the chat. But if you're watching the recording, guys, drop me a comment below. Let me know if you like this type of video, if you're enjoying these live streams, and if this is adding any value to you as a trader, right? And if you're a new trader finding my channel, let me know in the chat. All right, put a new trader in the comments. Let me know that you're a new trader, man. And welcome to the grind of trading, man. Have a long-term mindset, man. This is not something that's gonna happen overnight. You see all these people online, they're trading and saying how easy it is, right? And you don't understand that they've been doing it for several years. So they got a lot of experience, and they went through a lot of headaches that you're gonna go through yourself, and they endured those, and they continue to do it. And just have that as an expectation. Just understand it's gonna take some time, but once you get it, what's great about it is that nobody can take it from you, man. That's the beautiful part about it. So again, drop any comments or questions in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, beautiful people. So I'm not getting any activity in the chat. So hey, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Whoever's watching the recording, again, drop a like in the comment. Let me know that you're enjoying the content, and give me some feedback too as well, guys. How's the audio? Are the levels cool? Do I need to raise levels or lower levels? Give me some feedback in the comments. I'll be watching the comments. But you guys have a blessed weekend, and we'll be doing another market review this same time next Saturday. Again, going over my trades for the prior week. And if you're interested in me possibly sharing my trade ideas with you, like in a group format, hit me up in the comments. Let me know, hey, you're interested in some group activities. I'm thinking about starting a Discord channel where I share my trade setups and everything like that. So